Hello guys, now we will continue our thread with the for loops. They are very important for our project development and you have to understand it very well. So for loops in Python are mainly used for iterating over a sequence, for example a list, a tuple, dictionary, a set or a string. In our case, in our project, we will use mainly lists, but you have to understand the concept behind the for loops. So, for example, let's copy this code. Let's create a new file. Okay. The construction is like this. So, for the elements in my list, print each element of my list. So, let's see the outcome. You see that each element is printed out. Instead, in the first lessons, we simply print the entire list or the element or one specific element. So, in this case, we use the for cycle to print the items over a list. For example, here, if I add kiwi, you will see a new line. You see that now the outcome is different than the one that we saw. For example, if I print here the list, you see that here there are the square brackets. Instead here, there are no square brackets. So these statements say me, okay, each element that belong to this list must be printed out. Okay, so here you don't see 1, 2, 3, 4 because nothing is incremented, but you see only the elements of the list. So let's use instead in a different way the for cycle. For example, I want to print the numbers from 0 to 5. So I write like this for e in range 6. So before print out the range, so I initialize a variable here, list range 6, and I print this list. Okay, let's comment out this for a while. Okay, you see simply that this statement come out from the terminal. To print what is inside, we use print I. Okay, you see that I forgot the double dots. You have to remember. And you see that now when I print the range of 6 in the for loop, each time I print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the concept is whether I want to print all the elements belonging to a list or to a tuple or to a dictionary, I have to use this kind of statement. When I want to print, for example, a range of numbers from for example 0 to a certain amount, I use this kind of statement. So this says me, okay, for every element that is in range of 6, so from 0 to 5, print it please. And it's printed out. For example, if I print the letters in a word, it works like this. Oh, sorry, you see that if you wrong the indentation, you see this outcome multiple times. So, okay, now you see that banana is printed out only one time, because before it was inside the other for loop. Okay, so this statement says me each letter that is present in this word, please print it to me. And it's printed out. Okay. So the range function is this. You can also change the range. For example, I want to print the number from 2 to 6, or for a range from 2 to 30, but by incrementing the sequence of 3 unities each time. So for example, let's try. Let's comment out. In order to comment, you have to go edit and comment out for the block or for the line. Okay. Now you see that I print numbers. So each number that is in the range from 2 to 30 incremented by 3 unities, please print it. So 2, 5, 8, 11, etc. Okay. Then there are nested loops as well. And let's see how it works. So comment out this. Okay. You see that now there is two nested loops, two nested for loops. And here what they said is for each element in this list and for each element in this list, please print me the outcome. So the first time I enter here for each element of this, so I start with red, and for each element of this list, print me the correspondent elements. So the first one is red, apple, then we remain in this first red element, and the other iteration will be printed out red banana. Then I remain in the red element, and the next one will be red cherry. Then, okay, I finish the red. Now start with the big, so the second element of the list. So here I shift to the second element, so to the big one, then big apple, big banana, big cherry. Then this loop is terminating when I printed out cherry, so I come back in the main loop and I shift to the tasty element. So I print out tasty apple, tasty banana, tasty cherry. Okay. So I think that for the for loop concepts we are done, and see you next lesson.